Welcome to One on One with Jesus Christ, the show that will keep you informed about the love of God and His gospel. Today, we're going to discuss things that are very personal. And by personal, I mean like, how is this world, how is this country affecting your life? I'd really like to know. And the only way that I can know that is if you take the time to send me an email. And in that email, I'll be able to, kind of make up some statistics that are based on the amount of people that answer the poll through the email. Do you agree with the world politics the way they are right now? Do you agree that President Biden is doing the best he can as President of the United States and being a Democrat? Do you think President Biden could do better? Do you think that we can have lower gas prices, less inflation, like de-escalate it? Do you believe we can have lower prices at the gas pump? Do you believe that we can have a sense of world peace with President Joe Biden? Now, it is my personal opinion that nothing Joe Biden does will lead to anything but the loading of his accounts and his money for him and his family. That's my opinion. And that if we want to get to where we can actually save some money, keep some money, and stop paying ridiculous taxes and have, student debt is like a dream, to have it paid off. Oh, yeah. So President Biden is just buying all your votes, but is it worth it? Is the cost of that action worth it? Because what are the ramifications of saying, yeah, I would love to have my student loans paid off? What will the cause and effect be by spending that much money in the billions be to ourselves in the tax future and to our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren? I mean, what's going to happen next if this is allowed to continue to go on? We really need to consider this. It's extremely important, folks. Now, I believe that President Donald Trump, even though the Democrats will do virtually anything deceptive, manipulative, and cruel to keep him from regaining the possibility of being the president in 2024 unfairly at all costs, it's disgusting, because this is not giving the people a chance to vote. And the media, for the most part, 9/10 of it, want to bring down President Trump. They don't like him. But have you ever asked yourself why? What are the real details behind it? What are their motives? Why are they so against this one person? And why would they throw an entire building at him and try and crush him and take everything from him so he's left with nothing, so he won't be able to run? Why do you think they're trying to do that? You got to ask yourself this. Look, it's time that we do something about this now, and the only way we're going to do something about it, folks, is if we get united together and talk this through and make decisions about how to communicate with our community leaders, our state leaders, our federal leaders, our representation, and change this through our ability to vote and make sure that our vote counts and that we're not voting more than once, and dead people don't vote, and you have to have a license to prove that you're who you are, and it has to be able to be certified. by the computer or whatever at the time that you go to vote. It's really important that we do this so we know the truth, because the Democrats, honestly, will stoop beyond low to get their man back in office, and they will do whatever it takes to make sure Donald Trump doesn't get into office. And it's sickening. It's absolutely heartbreaking, sickening what Democrats will do. And the ones that are brainwashed with, we can't stand him. I had a friend of mine tell me that he'd like to take Donald Trump into a room and shoot rubber bullets at him. Why? What did he do to even deserve that? It's just ridiculous. I mean, you don't even know what's true about anything that Donald Trump's interactions were with life and what his rights are as President of the United States. He does have the ability to have immunity while he was as President of the United States. That's true. I don't even question that. I don't think the Supreme Court's going to question that. But these prosecutors, these attorney generals, what have you, they are working for Biden, and they will do anything that administration says so they can maintain power as Democrats at any cost. But they don't want to get blatantly caught at it, but they're getting to the point where they don't even care. They're just doing it no matter what. And it's so up in our faces right now, and I really hope you see it on all the different networks. I really do. I really hope you're catching on, you've woken up, and you see what is happening, and this is why we need to make a Republican Congress and a Republican Senate and have the President of the United States be President Donald J. Trump. This is my personal opinion. I would like you to email me and tell me what you think of my personal opinion. And I'd be very grateful if you would take the time to go to my website. It's like a blog. It talks about my Christian beliefs. And, you know, we've got to find God in all of this and allow God to tie us all together using His will. But we have to learn what His will is to be able to follow it. And you got to do that by opening up the Bible, which is His word to us, talking to us, telling us what we need to do in all situations. The Bible is incredible, and we're not allowed to change one word of it. And yeah, I know some Bibles change words to words. This is left out. This is put in. This is why I stick with the King James Version, because it has been consistent. The KJV version of the Holy Bible. It has been consistent, unchanged, unaltered. And it's the one and only Bible that I know that will read the same yesterday as it does today. God's word is absolute. It is perfect. It answers all questions. And it's God talking to you as an individual. You will feel that if you let God into your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. He created you. He is your creator as He is mine. And if you do that, He will give you the guidance on what He thinks. And what He thinks is a whole lot more important than what I think. And He'll steer you in the direction that you need to go. But you have to feel His love inside of you and love Him back. And that's the trick. Can you do that? Can you make a concerted effort to do something maybe you've never done before? Maybe you need help. Maybe you need to get to a minister or a pastor and be guided into how to do that. Maybe you need to go through a process and be baptized. But it's falling in love with Jesus, falling in love with God, and letting Him know that you know how much He loves you, because He already does love you. And He's hoping, He's going, please, son, please, daughter, come to me. I'm waiting for you. I'm right here for you. I'm protecting you. I love you and I care about you. This is what God is doing right now as I'm speaking to you, and He's right there with you. No doubt in my mind. My friends, that's all I have to say today for right now. This is a personal revelation I'm sharing with you, and I just wanted to be personally speaking to you. And I hope that I've touched some of you and that it will help you at least make some effort to figure out in a manner that makes sense what we need to do to protect our world, to bring it closer to God, to be able to survive in it while we wait for the second coming of Christ, and what we can do to make sure that we end up going to heaven. And that's to accept his love and to love him back and to accept the truth about him, that he died on the cross for our sins. He went down to hell for 3 days, and he, took the keys from Satan for hell and death. He rose again, and he came back and he told the disciples, I will be back to get my bride. That's all of us. But you need to prepare yourself for your groom. And men or women, it isn't a sexist thing. You don't have to be like that. I mean, that's just the word they use in the Bible. You are loving your Father in heaven forever. He wants that kind of bond with you that lasts forever, and treat you with the respect that a bride gets treated. But you have to put yourself in that light, and he teaches you how. The Ten Commandments is just a quick thing to read and look over to get you to, see a couple of things. And I tell you, take a look at the Ten Commandments. Read them. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make any graven image and not bow down to them, nor serve them. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not kill, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou steal, neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his oxes, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. There are the 10 Commandments. They're not as tough as you think they are, folks, and they are beautiful, and they're very caring and loving, and you need to accept that. That's a truth. That's a reality, and you can have that in your life. Just get close to God. He's already close to you. Whether you can see him or not, he really is there. You will see God in ways you never thought possible if you learn to love him back and follow his will and accept what he's done for us to help us get to heaven. Now think about it. I'm telling you the way. Get into the Bible. Get to a pastor that can guide you and get baptized. Start your journey with love and care and concern. You can help make our world a better place for all to live in, including you and me, our kids, our grandkids, our great-great-grandkids, and so forth and so on. Please, go do this now. Stop delaying. We don't have any more time to mess with this. God has been waiting a long time for us to get it together. And this is a personally speaking to you from Minister Charles Nolan's heart, hoping that you'll get it and you'll do what it takes to have it in your life, because that's important. I want you to have it. I want you to get it. The closeness to God, follow his will, and understand it will tell you everything you need to know about this election. It'll tell you everything you need to know about who the right person is to vote for. It doesn't matter if you're independent, libertarian, Democrat or Republican. The Lord will guide you. His chosen will come to you from God. And every thought out of God is perfection. There is no doubt in my mind. So I highly encourage you. I urge you to hear God, to learn to listen and love God, and to follow his will. With that, I say, God bless you. Have a nice day. And I hope to see you again real soon. I love you, my brothers and sisters.